So in this video, I want to talk about how to exercise for fat loss. And there are two key components I'm going to cover as quickly as I can. Okay, so number one is, I'm sure you've realized it's very, very simple. We just need to move more. Okay, we know to lose fat that we need to create a calorie deficit. So if this is how many calories I'm using, this is how many calories I'm consuming, one of two things needs to happen. We either need to reduce our consumption or we can increase our expenditure. Okay, so method number one to lose fat is just to increase our expenditure, right? Now, I want to talk really importantly about movement versus exercise. See, often people try and dive headfirst into a brand new exercise regime that has them working out 6 days a week, and it's completely unrealistic, and their recovery just doesn't happen. It's just their bodies aren't primed for that level of activity. So I want to think about this in terms of movement. What additional movement can you start to bring into your daily routine, basically? Can you clean the kitchen a little bit more often? Can you hoover the house a little bit more often? Right, that's going to have great benefits in addition to, just moving a little bit more. Can you walk the dog a little bit more? Can you go and play with your kids at the park? Can you go and just go for a 20-minute walk a couple of times a week? Right, this is all movement. These are all things that increase that calorie expenditure every single day, or as an average every single week. Okay, does not have to be specific exercise. But point number two is actually going to dive into the exercise aspect of things. If you are going to exercise, we want to be training smart and not hard. Okay, we want to be training smart and not hard. So what do I mean by that? So, most importantly, muscle burns more energy than fat does. Okay, muscle is what we call more metabolically active than fat is. Okay, therefore, the more muscle mass we have, the better position we are in to burn more calories. Okay, the more muscle mass I have, the more calories I can consume without gaining weight. If I have more muscle, then I'm going to burn more energy, which is going to make creating that calorie deficit much easier. It's going to mean I can eat more, but still create that calorie deficit. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so if we want to train for muscle, we need to be doing strength training and applying a principle called progressive overload. Okay, progressive overload. So what do I mean by that? Let's say week one, I manage 5 press-ups. I'm doing strength training, body weight training, right? Some form of resistance training. Can be as simple as some press-ups. Okay, great. We all know what a press-up is. So for week one, I manage 5 press-ups. Week two, applying the principle of progressive overload, where I'm increasing that stimulus, that challenge, that weight over time. Okay, I do 6 press-ups. Week 3, 7 press-ups. Week 4, 8 press-ups, and so on. You see how I'm making incremental progress over time. That is the concept of progressive overload. And by doing so, our bodies are incredibly adaptive. Okay, they will adapt to the stimulus, okay, the press-ups, the weight, the resistance, the challenge that you put your body under. Okay, is that making sense? So if I manage 5 press-ups on week 1, by week 20 I'm doing 20 press-ups, right? My body has had to adapt to that additional stress. So I can almost guarantee that I'm going to have more muscle mass, I'm going to have more strength than I did at the beginning. Okay, and if I've got more muscle mass, then I'm going to burn more calories at rest than I would if I could only manage 5 press-ups, right? So, method number one, move more, increase your expenditure. Method number two, focus on increasing muscle mass, because that's going to help to improve your calorie burn every single day. If that makes sense, let me know in the comments. Thank you again for watching.